Alrighty, so back again, and we're going to fight one of the mini-bosses here. Men who come in my bush must pay price. It's a dirty little joke. So this is one of the mini-bosses. Pretty much all the areas have one. Not all of them. But, I'm just going to go ahead and... No, go ahead and just guard. No, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can... I'm going to try to blind her. Critical hit. Very nice. Already half of her health gone. Leveling up. Just leveling. She's blind, so now she's going to miss a lot, so we don't even need to use the mojo. Another critical hit. It's already over. Excellent. The treasure chest, yes. And we found a flyer. Okay. So I was gonna say it's worth it to fight the enemies in this area to get the quests completed because you get a bunch of experience. See, I'm already level 9 on everybody from doing quests and fighting enemies. 2,150 money, poontang, items, loaded up on items, and all sorts of stuff. You know, it's easy to get loaded up in this area. That's kind of why the quests are here, so you can get a bunch of stuff to get ready for when it starts getting a bit harder. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and fight the gold enemy, so I can show you how to do that. And again, with the mojo meter, this should be pretty easy. Just go ahead and guard with these two. She's bleeding, so not quite dead, but almost. So skills, go ahead and use Flesh Wound. Use Inferno Blade and Best Attack. And it's done. Thank you, by the way. No. What was that all about? So now you can come up here and you can go up to the monument. In Memoriam, Major Tommy, Brave the Great Frontier, so that we might know more of it. You notice the words are all separated. You try pressing in and it pushes in, then pops back out. So if you'll recall, the line in the riddle is, seek out the word and press it. And of course this is a reference to David Bowie. The word. The word and press it. You press the and then it. It's literal. Look. Talk to it again, and you get the compartment, and we get the first part of the Trifarce. It's fairly straightforward. Alright, so I am still trying to find one of the enemies that has one of the quest items. Also, if you spot a triangle like this, whatever it's pointing at, click on it, because you'll find stuff. Let's see. Accessory to T-Shade. This increases attack by a lot, but defense goes down. Kind of a trade-off. I like putting it on old Titty's Booze because she's one of your highest damage dealers in the game, so you put that on her and she starts murdering everybody. Case in point. Alright, so let's just go ahead and guard and build up a little bit of SP here. And even the mojo meter a little bit. Yeah, the different enemies here, you have to watch out for. Jeremy's are just basic enemies. They don't do anything special. Alice's are harder hitters and they're tougher. Jane's poison. Iris's heal and confuse. Alright, so now we can go ahead and just usually go after Jane's. And skills, Burning Rush attack hits everybody. Show you just how ridiculous Titties McBoobs is with the T shades and using her hit everybody skills, spells. Fairy Light, I usually go after Alice because I don't want her to hit it. Because she hits hard. See, this is disgusting. Now she's blinded and burning. We can ignore Alice because she'll still hit sometimes, but she's not as much of a threat anymore. She's going to be dead soon, so we can attack Iris. She's down. I didn't notice Jeremy was even still alive, but Jeremy's at this point are pretty negligent. She's gone. Let's kill Jeremy. Jeremy dead. Nope. I'm still hunting for one of the quest items. Mr. Jones. Oh boy, there's a bunch of them, aren't there? Let's just be a little cheaty and guard. You really want to see Titties McBoobs in action? I'll show you her mojo. It doesn't hit as hard base damage-wise as Jax, but it pretty much causes burning automatically, and she has a pretty good chance to crit with it. Do a critical hit. Titties. See, she hit that crit on Jeremy. Over 1,000 damage. Nasty. Nasty. Everybody's on fire. So now we can just kind of start picking them apart. One by one. Maybe she doesn't heal anymore. We made it so that she increases the attack of certain enemies, but for naught means nothing. Annihilation. Hemorrhage is the getting skill. And yes, we found the gem pouch for the other girl. And that is the good one. So if you just want to kind of fast track to getting this, I could have just used the gem or the in warp key thing. Oh well. Oh wells. Oh, up here. Because you give her the gem pouch. She gives you the Priceless Family Heirloom, which is your first artifact. And it's a pretty good one, and you can give it to anybody. But again, it depends on who you want to boost. Let's go ahead and go to Artifact, and you got the Lover's Favor. And again, it doesn't really boost your abilities. I think it gives you some protection, so I'm not sure about that. Attributes. Yeah, I think it increases your evasion rate. But the important thing that it does is that now you have access to this Lover's Favor, which has a chance to blind, confuse, silence, charm, paralyze, and or put all enemies to sleep. It's very expensive. It's hard to use it because you have to build up your SP all the way to 75. But if you really are desperate, like you're fighting a boss and you just want to kind of just totally fuck over the boss and all of his little minions, it's a way to do it. It's one of those, the artifacts skills are usually things that you're not going to use all that often, but when you do use them, it can have a very pronounced effect on a battle. And actually, we're pretty much ready for the boss battle at this point. That's the important item to get. I've done pretty much all the quests, I believe. I think I've done all of them except for the profit. A little bit of money in there. So we're pretty much good to go. Go ahead and we've got an abundance of gear. Might as well heal up. MP is looking good. We're at level 10, so we're on. I still haven't fixed that. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Self-Destruct. 9 shells. So here you have a shitload of enemies to deal with. Again, it's cheap, but the best way to just deal with this, if you want to do it this way, is just guard and let them attack. They're not going to do enough damage to really hurt you too much. You're going to build up your mojo meter. You're going to heal and recover MP if you need to. And again, it's cheap as hell, but you can do it that way and just keep doing it if you want. Go ahead and hit Iris with the hemorrhage. We can go ahead and hit the Burning Rush attack and hit everybody. And spells, we can try to, yes, boost defense. Very good ability. You see, she just rips everybody to shreds. It's disgusting. Now we're going to take some hits here, but you know, we're already at over, you see down here, leveling up, we're at over 1,000 hit points on everybody on Jack and most of his minions are already dead. Now we can just use Unleashing the Mojo. Let's see, she can use Burning Rush attack again. Not that she's going to need to, in fact that's a waste. See, this is where you have to really think about what you're going to do. Better to use a Blazing Strike on Mr. Self-Destruct. And see if we can blind him. Oh! Oh, and that just took everything. I was afraid. No, don't crash. So, yeah, the mojo meter is kind of overpowered. But, you know, oh well. The great Latino illusionist Los Trixo is about to do his grand finale. He says, "Uno, dos," then poof, it's gone. What? He vanished without a trace. I forgot about that joke. That's a good one. I like that one. And tells you how to go to the next area, which is to go to the statue. The statue. Now there is a golden treasure chest somewhere in this area, but I hid it behind trees and I can never remember exactly where the hell it is. You can also pick up this quest and then you have to go, or you find what he needs in the third area, then you come back to it, so there's no reason not to do it. It's a reference to the Rebo. Rebo the Genetic Opera. There's also Sylar over here ready to die again. Sylar/Kenny. Oh, there's the chest. And because of the weird way things work here, you don't have to go up to get it. So we can go to the statue and go to the next area, which is Mystery Science Theater 2000 Land. Nipple, nipple, tweak, tweak, and away! We can talk to the girl here. And the right thing to do, well, you can choose what you want, but it's really is why. Is get some experience and you don't have to kill the stupid girl. And then let's see, we've got some big money bags. And regular money bags. Again, just hold down the action key and do it. But it takes a few seconds before a little bit annoying with the sounds and flashing on the screen. But to be honest, I have dealt with much more annoying systems in games when it comes to inventory stuff. And we've got quite a bit of moolah, and this is a weapon merchant. So let's go ahead and sell our old weapons. Let's see what we can buy. Bollocks dagger. We could actually use another one of those. We've only got one so far. But it looks like, for the most part, we don't have enough moolah. We don't have enough cash. So you gotta talk to him first. And, well, you don't have to, but you should. Talk to me. My little avatar dude. The cake is a lie. The gold merchant. You can buy golden versions of items, and they are very nice if you want them. Also, if you're playing, don't forget to look at the stuff around, you know. There's a lot of funny stuff on the shelves and in the environment. Also, don't forget to talk to Essia. You'll see her a few times, and it becomes important later on, because Jack and she like to flirt with each other. And now we can pick up our next party member, who is Pink Stash, who is that guy. And now we've got that guy in the party, who is only at level 3, so we're going to have to be careful with him until we level up. So this brings us to formation, or rather rows. Okay. The way the rows work is pretty straightforward. The first row, you get hit more often, but you hit more often. Second row, you hit less often, you get hit less often. Third row, you hit less, even less, and you get hit even less. So, for somebody who's a bit weak at the moment, or if, let's say, somebody that you would rather protect, let's say Cutie, even though he's got a shitload of hit points, which means he's actually pretty good on front row, this is a formation you can use. Okay, and again, you can talk to everybody. She gives you a quest that you can do. The red-skinned lady over here gives you a quest. The cooks all talk. You know, talk to people, have some fun. Okay, in this area, what you gotta watch out for enemy-wise is that they turn into werewolves, for one thing. Or that they are werewolves. And the letters spell out something funny if you look at all of them, write it down, and arrange them correctly. Well, it's funny for me, I guess. You look like a real hustler. No, I was in a hustler. Ah. Oh no, you as a werewolf. It's a Mystery Science Theater 3000. If you've never seen it, it was a TV show where it was a guy and two robots who would sit in a theater and watch bad movies and tell or shout things at the screen, basically tell jokes. And that's from a movie. Again, you see the mojo meter has expanded yet again. It gets harder and harder to use the further into the game you go, which is a balancing thing because you saw just how overpowered it can be already. Killing a boss and that easily shouldn't happen. Alright, all we can really do, you got Torgos, which again, another reference to Monos, the Hands of Fate. And as you see, they're all in the row, different rows now. Do rush attack. Cutie. Just go ahead and hit one of them with Fairy Light. I forgot I needed to look and see what his weapon was. We might be able to buy a better weapon for him. Just attack. And that guy's thing is that he does high crit. So we blinded one, one's bleeding, two burning. So not doing too bad here. So he dodged. So again, the rows, the way it works is that the front line, you get targeted more often and you dodge less. Second row, you get targeted less, dodge more, but your accuracy goes down. Third row, same thing, only more extreme. Much less targeted, higher evasion, but your accuracy goes down. But he also has high accuracy to start with, so he's good in the back row. Yeah. Alright, so attack there because, again, this is where you have to start thinking about, putting things together. It's getting more tactical and strategic here. We've got this guy is blinded. He's not as much of a threat, so we don't have to worry about him for 3 more turns, really. He's bleeding and burning, so he's going to be taking DOT, damage over time. He's burning, but only for 1 more round, so he's the one to attack. Alrighty. Skills. Go ahead and attack there. Spells. Hit him and attack. There we go. Missed. See, the accuracy is down. So no additional abilities. Still hit. Unfortunately there. I think these guys are fire damage based, so again, I can show you another trick you can use. You can hit your X button to go here, go to row, and go ahead and move him back to the second row, because that means that you've got old Titties McBoobs out in front, and she's fire damage. She's, her spirit element is fire. She's going to take a lot less damage from these guys. She does less damage to them, but this means that she can just kind of tank it. 4 each. So we could use the mojo meter here, but I think we'll just go ahead and hit with Hemorrhage. We're going to guard with her. Spells, let's go ahead and use a heal on old Titties there to keep her up. And attack with that guy. And he's gone. Crit, nice. Heal old Titties up. Won't always attack her, but they'll hit her more often. She guarding, and with her fire resistance, 4 damage. She's doing more damage to herself in this battle from her ability. Because that's a drawback of using her skills to hit everybody, is that it hurts her too in the end. But it's a trade-off. A lot of this game thing, it's about trade-offs and coming up with combos and figuring out a strategy. So we still got 1 turn on blind for this guy, and this guy's bleeding 2 more turns. how are they on health? He's probably about dead. So let's go ahead and attack the blind one here. Go ahead and just guard spells. Now, if I remember correctly, Party All Better heals everybody for 50% of their max, and Fairy Magic Unleashing. I can't remember if this one heals everybody fully, and this one is an attack. Again, it's been a while since I've played this. We can go ahead and use Fairy Light and see if we can blind that one. And let's see what his are. He's got Party Poppers and Marksman's Unleashing. Nah, we don't want to use it yet. We would rather, better to save it. Better to save it. Just go ahead and attack. Again, this, nice. We're getting to the point where the mojo meter is going to be very strategic. Now, we can't just use it all the time. So he goes up to 11, 11, 5, so we jump 2 levels. Starts off at a lower level, but he's going to jump pretty quickly. So let's see, what is he equipped with? He's got a short bow. We can buy him a long bow. Yeah, 8 more attack on him from that. Alrighty, so I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular in this area. The Torgos, you have to be careful because they cause an effect that causes basically the confusion with the damage over time. It hurts you and it makes it so you attack anybody and everybody. It's a werewolf virus, basically. And you can also start, you can go into these areas and you'll be able to find stuff. You can talk to the Joymans. What is it dein want? I want to be alone. What was that? Nothing? Then shouldn't see mouse for light. I ask it again. What is it dein want? We came to check out the ruins, same as you. You can tell he is sizing you up. Probably trying to figure out what he thinks he can get away with. I see. Then do as dein like, however, stay and see out of my way. Dein do not listen, fairy fell. Found some old tech. See, it's worth it to do the quests because they usually give you good stuff. And if you do the quest here for the girl in the inn, the one I pointed out that I said gives you a quest, she's up here. You have to find her enough pieces of old tech. This girl. Dialogue, and you can read it at your own leisure. She gives you a quest to find some pieces of old tech because it gives you some story about the background, the history of this world that I've created, and you get your quest. And when you complete that quest, you can get the Dragon Ring, which is a very nice artifact. I'm not going to carry through the whole thing. I'm just showing you some stuff. Again, there's your golden enemy character that you will face. This is where you dig up the graves of the Bruces to try and complete the quest for the Repo Man. See, pointing at the well. They've followed me. Would you like to take in an old Steve Reeves movie? Will it have a legendary journey? Could have, could have. Mythological at any rate. It will certainly be visual, not too abysmal, but it may involve deep hurting. Right. It's a double reference. It's from Deep Hurting is Mystery Science Theater 3000, and the rest of it is Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, oh, that guy over there, Pink Stash, is not going to do the greatest damage, but I'm curious. Let's see what his Party Poppers does. Let's just attack with everybody else. Party Poppers. Yeah, he hits everybody several times. I think that's probably the highest damage potential Mojo attack in the game. I forget. I did test them out, but I forget exactly which one was the strongest. I know that one has the potential to do a hell of a lot of damage. A treasure chest key. Alright. On a whim, you look inside and see something shiny. You found something. Let's see, can we give him an accessory? The Lucky Charm. It's magically delicious. We can give him the belt. Lucky Charm. Look at how much his luck goes up. 30 points. He uses luck as part of his damage. So, definitely worth giving that to him. Cutie can now take the Fly Swatter. This is Bat Country. Alrighty, so I'm trying to think. The enemies here, they get more tricksy. Things get more difficult. The tree just went psst at you. Yes, talk to the tree. I love this bit. I am the talking tree. You must do as I say. Bring me fresh water. Honor. Again, I'm just going to show you how to do the quest. It's not that hard. You'd think to go to the well, perhaps, but no. In retrospect, that may have been a little bit of an oopsie. I shouldn't have used a well and then done this, but it's the teapot. I can't help it. I love this particular little bit of, again, it's a cliche, the talking tree. In RPGs, often you end up having to talk to a tree and do what it says. I don't know why. Excellent, and sprinkle it over me. Oh, yes. That's it. Slower, over. Oh, yeah. Here, take this. Earn tree end root. Talk to it again. I don't... I can't even read it. It just makes me laugh. And you get... I believe this is really nice for Cutie. I believe it's armor. No, it's a tree root. Okay. But yeah, it increases his magic attack and magic defense and his MP. Which, he uses magic attack for everything. So it's really good for him. It decreases his regular attack and defense, but it's really good on him. So let's see, he had the Fly Swatter. I think everybody's got We can give him the fly swatter now because it's a bit better than the okay. Appears to be standing on top of the tree. Alrighty. So there's other quests and things you can do here, but again, for the most part, it's all about just leveling up a few times and then taking on the boss. You can do the quests, get the special stuff, which are they're worth doing. And then after you beat the boss, you go to the dungeon. And after that, the next area, once you get through the dungeon, you get to the fourth area and you get your last two party members, and that's where things start getting a lot more strategic and complicated. So I'll pick up there.